What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? It is your boy Astro. It's your boy. It's your boy. It's your boy. What's goody? We in the house today, man. We in the house. We in the house. If you can hear me, if you can see me, say something in the chat. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hopefully, everyone's having a great weekend. Hopefully, everyone's spirit is up. Everyone's morale is up. Everyone's statue collecting is up. Hopefully, everybody's doing all right, man. Again, if you in the chat, say what's up, say what's up, say what's up. Glad everybody's doing all right. Share this with somebody right now. Share this. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get the video out myself, but shit, send it to one of your homies. Send it to somebody. Hell, let's get this thing popping. Let's get it going. Let everybody know we in the house. You know what I'm saying? We here. We're here to have a good time today. We're here for a long time. Well, not a long time, but a good time, though. We're here for a good time, not a long time. And, with me today, I got my man, Buck, man. What's going on, Buck?
What's good?
Buck, what is that behind you, man? Is that Berserk?
No.
Charmander? Pokemon?
It's Venom.
Oh, it's Venom? I can't see the bottom half of the face.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what's going on. What's going on, though, man? You all right?
I'm good.
Good, man. Good. Glad to have you on. Glad you're here, man.
Sorry I'm late.
Man, we just getting started, man. You ain't late. You ain't late yet.
I was having disagreement with someone on Facebook.
Oh man. What happened?
He posted like a statue.
Mm-hmm.
It don't necessarily. He posted a statue, and it's one of those statues that you're seeing like them make, like these Chinese makers make, where it's like naked versions of a character that already exists.
Right.
And it was like an anime statue of a schoolgirl, so it's an underage character, right?
Oh, come on. That's too far.
He was talking about how it's like really messed up that they do this, and I'm like, well, as to the degeneracy of Japan and anime and everything associated with it, and he's like, well, it's not. That's not what the original show is like. And I said, I understand that, but in general, anime can be very degenerate.
Well, it's very perverted too. I mean, there's some horny people in anime.
Yeah, and it's like different standards for what is fucked up than the West. So
very true. So, Buck, you're arguing with people on Facebook. What else are you doing?
Oh man, recovering from my workout last night.
Dude, my back been hurting for 2 weeks straight.
Bruh, that's not right. If that's the case, you go get that checked, man.
Bro, my lower back. Woo! I don't know what's going on. Boy, man. Listen.
It hurts, man.
All right. Well, let's see who's in the chat, man. Late night trip 321. Oh, that's hard. I like how you did that with the emojis. That's nice. Yeah, I'm gonna steal that. Hold on, let me make sure. Make a little note of that right there. Let's see. It's rocket ship, spaceship. All right, got that down. Shout out to late night. What's up, Luke? Man, what's good, Luke? I ain't seen you in a minute, man. What's up? What's up, man? Rome Ross, what's up? What's good? Rome, my man. Danny, what's good? What's good? Luke said, "Buck shows your shirt."
Oh crap!
There you go.
This is like the shirt for a group. Give me a second. I'll do it properly. There's that group on Facebook called NASC.
Oh,
like
okay.
North American statue collectors. They're
That's what's
shirts.
up. Oh, and, yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah, so that's like Carnage, Venom, and Spidey.
Okay.
I don't know if they're still printing T-shirts, but there was a time when they were doing like runs, and I
Mm-hmm.
bought like some. It's pretty cool, you know. Like if you're in a group, and a group is doing T-shirts, and like it's a cool design, it'll be nice. It's always fun to like hop in and pick something up.
So, speaking of T-shirts and other things outside of just statues, where do you guys drop some links in the chat? And Buck, this is a question to you. Where do you get like your art prints outside of Sideshow?
Um, Mondo, Gray Matter, Bottleneck Gallery. Bottleneck Gallery is probably the place I go to the most. Um, in print. So if I know an artist, a specific artist that I like, sometimes they're going to be selling their stuff on imprint. And
Mm-hmm.
then sometimes there's very few, but sometimes they'll sell their prints on Society 6, right?
Society 6.
Yeah. But in general, I'm always missing out on the drops that I want to get for prints. And
Mm-hmm.
so in general, I actually get my prints from eBay a lot.
Really?
Yeah, funny enough, you can usually get a good deal on a specific print if you're patient. Sometimes you might get around retail or below retail. So you know, there's gonna be people that try to like really mark up the prices, but you're gonna find someone who's just trying to like let go of something that they bought, but they might not want anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're on eBay, and in order to control what I'm getting in, I keep my prints strictly Spider-Man now. I have prints of other stuff, but for our prints, I keep it strictly Spider-Man, and I'm still always getting a bunch because thankfully, that's one area where I'll say like I feel like I'm being catered to as a collector. Art prints. Sideshow hasn't put out a Spider-Man print that I wanted in a while,
Mm-hmm.
but companies like Mondo, uh, I'm not forgetting the name, Bottleneck Gallery, they've been putting out a lot of good stuff. Gray matter, I tend not to like the way they do their prints sometimes because they tend not to put like a white border like I like around the art,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
they put their shitty logo on top of the art sometimes, and it's I wish it wasn't there a lot of the time. Or they'll have the Marvel logo on the white border. I'm like, I really don't need to see that. Like it's freaking Spider Man. Don't write Marvel on it. I
Right.
like it to just look like clean around the border. But you know, it is what it is. If it's a good enough print, I'll still buy it from Gray Matter. But I don't like that they do that. Uh, Mondo tends to do a lot of like abstract looking stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I recently got a Mondo print.
Ooh, they got Libra Mayho. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh yeah, that should be
Gray
Gray
Matters.
Matter.
Yeah.
So Spider Man and Daredevil, right?
Damn, how the hell you know?
I'll be on the sites, man.
How the hell? That's crazy. You knew exactly what I was looking at. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Bottleneck. Okay, I gotta make sure I get all these joints down. Okay.
should follow them on Instagram too, because they'll like usually, and then I guess get on the mailing list because if you check your email frequently, get on the
Mm-hmm.
mailing list because you know usually they'll let you know a day before what they're gonna drop. Like
Mm-hmm.
they'll remind you and be like, "Yeah, we're dropping this tomorrow," and you know whether or not you want to bother. But I say even if you miss a drop, like I said, you can usually find if you really like the art print and you want to hunt it down. If you
Mm-hmm.
give it some time, you check eBay periodically, you'll find it there eventually. And try not to be, you know, too hasty and just buy the most expensive one you see the first time. Like
Mm-hmm.
you'll see people put it up for a good price. There's never been an art print that I couldn't get eventually. Never.
Right. What's going
So
on, Trey?
What's up, partners? I wanted to hop on here. I wanted to be with royalty. You know,
Nah, definitely not royalty, man. Appreciate you just stopping in. Listen, Trey, so dedicated to the game. My man be on the go, and he still pop in, man. That's what's up.
Hey man, I'm trying to be a junior professor, like Buck Fangs. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to be a junior professor.
Buck is definitely a professor for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up on the chat. I've been trying to get these. We talking about art print. Show us the shirt art. We already talked about that. Rome. Deep. Shout out to Cash. What's good? What's good? Shout out Astro. What's up? What's up? Late night Trent. Danny Nice. Bottleneck just got me a nice Star Wars print last week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a safe
Cargo
zone.
Spurgos.
Interesting. I'm in a safe zone with 2436 unless I'm getting some frame and some canvas prints from Sideshow. I like the 18 by 24. I think that's a good size. I feel like that's a decent size. 18 by 24. 24 by 36 may be a little big, but I have to see it.
That's my preferred size. 24 by 36. Yeah.
Right.
Because you still got the border on it, so it's not like it's all art, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just like having like a huge print and like having it framed because I do have the intention of framing all my art prints eventually. I
I
just
do
do
too.
it like slowly over time. And for me, I don't mind having different like frames around the
Mm-hmm.
piece. It's more
Mm-hmm.
so I just want to have a frame that accents the artwork itself.
I agree. I'm going. I actually the funny thing you say is because like I think that might have been last night. I have like two tubes full of two tubes that had art prints rolled up in them, and I got these all from Comic Cons. So what I did was I couldn't remember what the hell was in them. So I went and opened them up, and one of them had the giveaway that I'm going to give away is a Spider-Man print. I'm going to give that away for the 1,000 subscribers, and then in that same print, was in that same tube was damn, how did I forget that fast? I wrote it down. Let me see. Um, oh, I had Marco Maestrazzo Prince.
Spider Man,
No, it wasn't Spider Man. His Spider Man is up here
Joker.
on the wall. No, it was not Joker. It was Alien, Ghost Rider, and Moon Knight. And I think it was like 3 for 20 or 3 for 30 or something, whatever it was at the Comic Con. And that's why I picked them up.
The thing though is like at the Comic Con they're the smaller ones, right?
Exactly, that's true. Yes, they are the small ones. You're right. That's the only bad thing about it. They're smaller, but they're also cheaper. So it's a give and take. And then also too, I have I don't even remember the artist's name, but it was an alien print from New York Comic Con. This alien print was so different. It was like it was weird. It was dark. It was crazy. But it was like an alien jumping like from the left to the right to the right side of the canvas to the left side, and it just looked really dark. I didn't take a picture of it. I should have, but and he signed it, of course, and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna get all that stuff framed and put it up on the wall somewhere.
You know what's crazy? I kind of hate getting like artist signature on my stuff,
Really?
or like,
What?
and if they have to like do it like really small in the corner, or else I'll get irritated. I feel like they're messing up the art because like they're writing on top of it, right?
Right.
So like like if when you get like a signed comic book, for instance, and the fucking dude just like scribbles in the middle of the page on top of the art,
Oh, come on. Nah,
it's
you
like
can't.
as and then they use like a really crappy marker and it's like a chunky thick tip.
Yeah.
I hate those kind of signatures. Like what's the point? Like I don't want your handwriting. I
Right.
want the artwork underneath
Right.
something. So it's like I that's in general I'm not a fan of signatures, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trey, do you buy art prints?
Man, actually, Cash maybe by my first one. I'm a nerd when it comes to prints because I like classic art, like Botticelli and Rembrandt and Vermeer. So I got a big like whole room that's like that. So, but now, yeah, I'm starting to jump in. I'm gonna get some because of some of the statues I'm getting. I'm gonna be jumping into it.
That's pretty
That's
awesome.
that's what's up. Yeah, that's
If
what's
you're a
up.
fan of those artists, that means there's probably like the kind of comic art you like is the more painterly style, right? In terms of the comic art, when you pick up comic art prints, you probably want something that's more painterly.
Trey,
I don't think you can hear me,
he might not be
or
able to.
maybe he's trying to fix his because he looks like he's fiddling with his phone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is he gone? He's gone.
Damn, we lost him.
Damn.
Well, it is what it is. It's cool. He'll be back here in a second.
I even got an art print coming next week.
What you got coming, man?
It's something from Mondo. It's like Doctor Strange, but it has Spider Man on it. I think yeah. And then weirdly enough, there was a Comic Con in Toronto recently. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
Toronto Comic Con, and because my brother went to it because he did. My siblings live in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I got him to buy me like prints from, if you guys know him, Mike Del Mundo.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
He's a fantastic artist. He was like artist for, I think, Unworthy Thor, and
Mm-hmm.
he drew a lot of art on the Jason Aaron run of Thor, and he continued for a while. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's really good. He also does like covers as well. So
Interesting.
I got some really cool art from him. Some like Power Rangers and Ninja Turtle stuff, and then a bunch of stickers actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty awesome stuff from him.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Let me see. Trey, have you checked out John Singer Sargent? One of the best portrait artists, I think.
No, I haven't. I'll have to research that.
Yeah,
What's up?
Sargent's is really good. Like whether
Okay.
it's with a pencil or with paint, he's fantastic. One of the masters,
Oh, that's
Mm.
awesome. I'll have to definitely look that up.
and he's like subtle. He doesn't put too much detail. He'll like he makes some really beautiful portraits of women.
Hmm.
You piqued my interest. Gabe says, "What's your opinion on the Player One Studio Guts?"
You know, I think I've answered this before, and it's player one. Their their like anime stuff is like hit and miss for me. But I think the best line they have is the Berserk, and the reason why they're hit and miss is because their portraits tend to always be off from the characters. And with
Mm-hmm.
anime, most of the time you want it to look exactly like the anime. You're not trying to get like the artist's rendition of the character or this or that. Like the only time I see that usually slide with anime pieces is when it's like a naked chick and like it's like a naked chick statue, and so it doesn't need to look like the anime, and then people don't care. But when it's
Naked.
like something like Berserk, you want it to look like the character, but for some reason, because it's Berserk also, and like it's kind of, I would say, because of the subject material, how dark and gritty it is. In a way, I don't mind it looking realistic and not exactly like the character. So Guts himself, the portraits are off, but they're
Mm-hmm.
still good. And I would, if I got the Guts from Player One, I would use the masked portrait because he has the Berserker armor on. I would use the Berserker helmet. Like would put that on, so I'm seeing less of his the unmasked head, which I think is kind of strays away from the style.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, it's a really good statue. Problem is, the amount of money you'll pay for that quarter scale statue is the same amount of money you could pay for 1/3 Prime 1 Guts. That is going to be better quality and will also have multiple portraits and an arm switch out. So why would you get the one from unlicensed studio that is trying? I think they overprice their stuff too. That group, they overprice their stuff too much. One thing I say for them though, their Griffith is better than the Prime One Griffith, and both are quarter scale.
So, Buck, behind the scenes, after this is over, I need you to put me together with that group or that Spidey you just got from our man. You know, we ain't got to talk about it. You know,
Hmm.
what group, whatever group did that, put me on with that group because I need to know what's going on with that group because they doing some good stuff over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, but yeah, man. But yeah. So that's cool. Good. Did you guys see this? That Dark Side, the Zack Snyder and Dark Side, they have a full tease, full circle announcement coming at the end of the month.
I missed that.
Yeah, man. This was reported. I saw this reported by a bunch of different folk. Obviously, as you can see, this is by GameSpot. So
Mhm.
GameSpot is reporting and saying that this is coming. Any ideas what you think this may be? I saw some people in the comments saying it may be a comic book run, like they may let him finish the story via comic book, or something like that, because that's a lot cheaper to do versus putting together a whole movie or a series or anything like that. You know, that's probably gonna cost like $100 million to do versus probably a fraction of the price you can finish a whole comic book run.
I don't know. They got that Netflix money though. You know,
They
where they
do, but
get
they don't want to spend it though.
they give
No, not right
certain.
now. Not right
Yeah,
now.
I just hope they whatever they do, I hope they do it justice. You know, because DC takes too many hits to the face at all times. So I hope they do
Yeah.
it justice.
Well, here's the thing. I really like how so I'm a Dark Side guy. I love Dark Side. I mean, he's like one of my favorite villains. So it says Zack Snyder and Dark Side tease. It doesn't even say Zack Snyder and Justice League or anything like that.
Hmm.
Like what? Like why Dark Side? You know what I mean? Like why was it specifically saying Dark Side? So that's because I mean it could have said the Zack Snyder verse. It could have said anything, but it said
Hmm.
Zack Snyder and Dark Side. So I don't know. I'm excited either way. I mean, when you start to talk about I mean, there could be some type of legality of it where you start talking about the characters like Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Batman. Like if you let's say for example, let's hypothesize and say this is a comic book run, right? If you're actually putting their faces and that type of stuff in the comics, I'm sure there's some type of likeness fee or there's some type of legal something that you have to go through to use their likeness in these comic books. That's probably going to raise the price exponentially. Where you're talking about Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg, and anybody else you're using from that movie, right? So, but if it's just Dark Side and about Dark Side story, yeah, you don't have to go through all that. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So if it's a comic run, I'm buying every issue. And I'm reading every issue. So I'm excited. I still no idea what it's gonna be, but let's see. Cash said Zack Snyder send the link. Yeah, definitely send the link. One for sure. Let's see. What's up, Dwayne Davis? What's going on? Dennis, my man, Dennis. Thank you for reporting, man. My man. But cool. Glad y'all are able to see that now. But now let's get into the meat of this, right? Let's talk about the Infinity Studios. Boy, we were just talking about Justice League and all that. Let's talk about this bad boy right here, right? So we got the Superman life size 1-to-1 bust from Infinity Studios and Penguin Toys. I keep forgetting that part. And Penguin Toys, right? This is shipping next year, February to June. This is probably about a roughly a year out. The price, the price is hefty. 4,500 is a little bit more than what we're used to, right? Normally they hover at the 3,900, 4,000 range, right?
I don't
Hmm.
know. I'm not sure. Like, cause they put like arms and they almost put like the whole upper body. I'm not sure if like this is more expensive. Is it? How much is the Harley and the Mara?
That's a good question. Let's see if they let's see. Ben Affleck, I mean Arthur Fleck was 3,800. Harley was 4,000. Joker 4,000. Ben Affleck 2,750. Catwoman 3,700. The other Superman bus 3,100. The Aquaman, where it's like his damn near his own torso, is 3,755. But that was quite some time ago, so it might be a little bit more expensive now. The
I think
mirror
part
was
of the reason,
4,000.
yeah, seems like this is higher than because I know Harley and Mara are like the most recent ones. I think,
Mm-hmm.
or some of the most recent. I know Catwoman is also somewhat recent. So this is pretty close to those, but it's still like higher than them by like for like $500, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Maybe I don't think it's a likeness thing. I mean, to me personally, this is just my opinion. This is the best looking one that they've put out. To me. I feel like
Especially with an expression on his face.
yes, I'm sorry, but I think it's perfect. Like I can't find a problem with it. I'm sorry. Y'all can shoot me in the comments and say whatever you want to say. Oh, Astro's an idiot. Hey, it is what it is. I think this likeness is like perfect. Like I can't find a flaw with it, honestly. And the pictures are doing it justice. Like this is cinematic. Like this is like that looks like that's him
Hmm.
posing. Like that's kind of crazy.
I think it looks better with the heat vision lights on. When they're
Mm-hmm.
off, it doesn't look quite right. And I don't, the hair, this is something that always bothers me on these pieces. Whenever they try to do a hair that's not pulled back and flat against the hair, or like, right, where they don't have some kind of headgear on it, it always
Mm-hmm.
looks weird. The hair always looks weird. It's like it's really hard to do punched hair and make it look natural because that you know how like you have a kind of like transition in the hair. Like it shouldn't just be like very thick and then at the edge it's like there's barely anything. It should
Mm-hmm.
be like a soft transition, right?
Like a
And you don't,
fade.
yeah, yeah, but you don't get that with these. It's just like a harsh line for the hairline, and it always looks very unnatural, like the person's wearing a toupee or something. And the only time you don't get that is when the hair is like pulled back and it's kind of like along the edge, where like that harsh line makes sense because their hair is pulled back. But on something like this, it always looks weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Likeness is really strong on this. Crazy thing is though, I think when they first teased this a long time ago and it was only in black and white before they painted it, it looked better
Mm-hmm.
than painted.
Really?
Yeah, the sculpt is phenomenal. It's I think thing that's making me feel like uncertain is the paint. And it's probably around the lower half of his face.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little too gray.
I can't see it. I see it's like almost like a 5 o'clock shadow on the beard area.
Yeah, no,
Just
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the vein. Look at the neck. Like
Mhm.
that's crazy.
It is. Like the sculpt is there definitely. I think the thing that's like making me uncertain is there's a few things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the paint isn't awful or bad in any way. It's just there's something about if you don't get the complexion right when you're trying to paint it, it won't look like the person.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's just a bit off. Show us the portrait and some, especially around the eyes too. The heat vision when it's on, it fixes that. When it's off, he looks weird. It's kind of like he has dark circles around his eyes,
I see that now. You're right.
right?
It does. It does look. It looks like his eyes, like it's almost like eyeshadow or something. Like it's like a little.
Yeah, it's too
Yeah, it's
dark.
like yes. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the light, the eyes lighting up. Maybe they had to do something, and
Nah,
you don't think?
it's just how they painted it. They painted the like lids like around the recess. They just painted around the socket. They just painted it like darker, and
Got it.
it's like
Okay.
it's that kind of change. It can really mess with what a statue should look like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I think that's one of the issues. So if I was getting this, definitely always keep the heat vision on because that kind of fixes that issue. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
not kind of, it makes it so you don't notice at all. But
Mm-hmm.
when that's not on, you can see his eyes look kind of odd.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at his hair from the side, I think they need to get better stylists for the hair. Like
So yeah, so if I didn't notice it before, but if I look at this picture and this picture, I see what you're saying. Where like normally it's like a little faded. Now it's like it's not like that. It looks a little crazy on the side, like coming down. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's like they didn't
I
layer
see
it
that.
properly when they were cutting it.
Yeah,
It's like you got this long piece of hair from the front that you just flattened on to the side.
right.
It's like I think they need to get like a proper barber to do the shit. Like, if I was to
Mm.
get this statue, right, and I had like fuck you money, I would take this to a stylist. Like a stylist is really good, and I'll get her to like or him to like really plus the hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you leave it like that, it kind of looks like Nicholas Cage's hair. You know, he wanted to be Superman.
Yeah. Oh my god. But like, look at that. This looks freaking amazing with the heat vision on. It
Yeah.
works.
It
Yeah.
works, man. They nailed it on the heat vision.
Yeah.
At 4,500, would you guys consider getting it?
F no.
No, I don't collect this scale. It doesn't appeal to me. No
Mm.
matter how good the likeness is, I don't think there's any actor I want at this scale.
So
I can still buy like J&D, some pieces here and there because it's
mhm.
1/3. It's not too huge, but like this scale, nah, it's not for me.
I would so the only bus I truly consider it well actually two busts. The one was the first Thanos from Queen Studios. The,
I
the
agree.
first the first one, well, not with the gauntlet, the first one.
Hmm.
The second one I honestly consider, and I think it actually got canceled. I don't think it's ever gonna get made, is the 1-to-1 Dark Side
Mm.
from Queen Studios. The
Queen Studios to the dark side? Didn't even know.
Yes, but it's they never made it. Like it never even got painted. But there was a picture of the owner of the company sitting next to the dark side, like it's like the print. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Before it's painted.
Before
And it
Spain.
yeah, and it looks awesome. That dark side
Mm.
looks crazy. But I already knew I probably wasn't gonna get it because it was probably gonna be just looking at it. That thing
Hmm.
looks like at least it's gonna be 5 grand at least. That's
Yeah.
that's before we talk about shipping.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I was like, yeah, ain't no way in the hell I'm getting that. But
Yeah. I love that.
but
I love
but
that Thanos you're talking about. I
yeah,
love that
yeah.
Thanos. I'm mad that I didn't. I didn't. I don't think I was collecting that size at that time anyway. So,
No,
but
I wasn't. I
I
wasn't
also
either.
love the other Superman though. The one I'd get that. The one that this company did, but the blue one. That's more
Opening
comic
his
version.
shirt.
No.
Where he's ripping his shirt like this.
The one they just revealed. Um, it's comic version. He's got his arms crossed. Have you guys seen it?
Oh yeah, I seen it. We gonna talk about that. We're gonna
Yeah,
talk about that. Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
I'm considering that one.
It's a bust.
Okay. Yeah, I'll show it to you, but
Damn, I've been out of the loop.
I got it in the pictures. We'll look at it here in a little bit. But final thoughts on this piece, man. What do you guys give this piece? 1 out of 10.
8.
8. Okay. Buck gives it an
Solid
8.
8.
What you give it, Trey?
I give it a 7.5, 7.5 to 8.
7.5. Okay. I give it a damn, this is good. I give it a 8.7. And the reason I say 8.7 is because I took off some points for the hair. Because the hair isn't quite right. It could be better. And also too, whenever the heat vision is not on around the eyes, I notice the darkness. It does look a little weird. So I took some points off for that too. But outside of those two main things, I'm good with the entire thing.
I think it's really hard for these companies to do shorter hair. Is what I've noticed. The only
Mm-hmm.
time I've seen them do it well, on like across all the companies that are using silicone,
Mm-hmm.
or at least I won't even say well. The best I've seen is that J&D Bale. Like his hair looks crispy, right? But
Mhm.
even then, the hairline, he has a funny ass hairline, you know. And I, but I would say that's the best styled hair I've seen, on a silicone piece. Generally, they struggle with like the shorter hair, all of them. The best long hair portrait is probably the Loki from Queen, I think.
That Loki is freaking perfect.
Yeah, it is perfect. I think that's the best likeness and bust like you get. Like it's perfect. Yeah.
My man, what's going on, big dog? Sonny. Piggy for 4,500, they better send an actual living and breathing Henry Cavill. Yo,
Yeah.
that's crazy. You right about that though. For 4,500. No. It's not even 4,500. It's 4,500 plus the shipping. Ship his ass, put him on a plane, and ship him to my house. Yeah.
No,
And I
that's
know.
not all, man. And if you buy free slideshow, they're gonna drop the tax on you. So
Yeah.
Oh man.
it's I don't know, man.
Yeah. Listen, ship his ass to the house. He gonna come stay at my house for a little bit. We're gonna chill, talk about super. We're gonna talk about Justice League. We're gonna talk about everything for 4,500.
Okay.
Shoot. And
That's
and
your
I'm and I'm
business
having
model.
him on the show too. We getting on live too. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, for 4,500, you getting on this live stream. Yeah, that's what we doing for 4,500. Let's see. Luke says, just notice the cape. Is that going to be a whole cape going to the side? No. That's like theatrics. That's not like
I'm
they
not even
did that
sure
for
if it's
pictures.
proposed. Yeah, they
Yeah, they
probably
just
have
did.
to picture.
They did that for pictures.
Because the only way to do that would be if it was wired, and I don't think it'll be wired.
No, it's that's how it's gonna look.
But yeah,
That's
I
how
don't
it's
think it's a
gonna look.
full cape either. If it'll
No,
go
it's
to the
like
ground,
a
no.
half cape or
Yeah,
a
it'll just be
quarter
half
cape or
cape.
something. Yeah, it's not the full cape.
Yeah, man, look at that though. Like when you look at it from a distance like that, that's really imposing.
It
Really long
is.
silhouette.
But here's the only problem though. I really like bus, but it's something about the bus with arms. It kind of it gets a little too weird for me. Like I couldn't see myself purchasing this and then putting it in my house and then like seeing this all the time. Like it's kind of weird to me a little bit. It's impressive then. Like I said, this is probably one of the best busts I've seen. With that Loki that we were just talking about. This one, there was another one that was really really good. But these likeness and that type of stuff, this is top tier. But it's just like I just can't. It's too top tier. Like it's too good. Like I can't look at Henry Cavill in my face doing like this, like Superman light. Like it's just nah, man. It's too much. So, um, okay. So, all right, cool. That does it for this segment, man. That does it for Infinity Studios um Superman from Justice League. All right. Perfect. So, Let's see what else we got. One more thing before we move on. This should be quick. Iron Studios put out some pieces. I know a lot of it was getting some it's getting some traction here. Can you guys see my screen?
Mhm.
Hmm.
So all right, so we got this Cyclops that went out, right? Master Splinter, Batman Beyond, and Boba Fett and Rancor. Oh, also to this Catwoman. That this finally went up. They revealed this quite some time ago. I forgot about this piece. Actually,
Hmm.
it's actually this piece is it's impressive, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not into the Batman movie pieces, but if I was a collector, I mean, you're getting a lot of different options here. You have this one. You have the one from what was it, Tweeterhead?
Dark Side, yeah, Tweeterhead, Dark Side
Tw-
Collectibles, and Prime One.
yes, Prime One. Yes, exactly. So you got options for third scale. You got options for quarter scale, and this is I feel like they're all good,
And
right?
Do
the
you,
old Sideshow.
In
do
the
you
old
think
sideshow.
do you
Yeah.
think they held this back just because there was so much traffic on this one character? They didn't want to, get lost in the shuffle.
Possibly.
That could possibly, yeah, that 1000% could be the case. Because you got to think, if they release this at the same time they release all the other ones, it's like, okay, collectors like, all right, I only got money enough for one. Which one I'm
Yeah.
gonna choose, right? Versus if you if all those went out and then this one come out 8 months later, it's like, all right, well, I got a new set of money. Shit, I
Hmm.
got this one. I can probably get this one too. You know what I'm saying? I can get
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not mad at this right here.
I think after you look at the competition, I don't think this is that good. Like the portrait is weak, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When you compare
Well,
it to the Prime One or the at least prototypes, when you compare it to the Prime One or the what's the name of the other company, Dark Side,
mm-hmm.
this doesn't like doesn't measure up in terms of the portrait. It could be the paint, but I'm doubtful. What I'll say for this is the pose is nice and the base is nice. But when you're asking for, I can't like this is quarter. This is practically $1,000, 950. I
Mm-hmm.
think the Prime One is actually one of their cheaper statues. I'm not sure how much it is right now. But same with Darkseid, I don't think they're so much more expensive than this, and they're like a bigger scale. I know
Mm-hmm.
Darkseid's also doing a quarter scale, so if and the quarter scale is a bit cheaper. If I was gonna buy this character, I'd opt for Darkseid if I wanted quarter scale, right?
Yeah.
Or I'd go for the old sideshow, which I think has a better portrait. I'm not feeling the portrait on this one. I think it's weak.
So I don't think the portrait is bad. I just think when you it's definitely it's not bad, but it's not
But you have other
it
high
doesn't look
quality
it
options.
Yeah.
exactly. If this was the only option, it'd be like, okay, cool. But
Yeah.
there's higher quality options. So it's like, yeah, the portrait's really not it's not up to par with the other ones. So but I think what makes this piece cool for me is not the likeness because I mean Iron Studios isn't the likeness company where when we say Iron Studios we say the best likeness in the game, right? I don't come to Iron Studios for likeness, but I
Mm.
do like the concept and I do like the pose and how she's postured on the base and all that good stuff. I like all of that and that's what makes it cool to me. If you guys remember, Iron Studios, their quarter scale pieces are always a little bit more expensive than whatever the average rate is at the
Yeah.
time. It's
Yeah.
always been like that.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. I'd like the Prime one is 12.99. I think the Dark Side is somewhere around that price point, at least for the one third.
Mm-hmm.
I would put up the extra money to get that um instead.
Dang. Yeah. Dang. Only $200 more for the 1/3.
No, 2.99.
Two ninety
So
Three
nine.
hundred.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually to 350 because it's the $50 difference.
350. Yeah.
Check this though. So I heard. So I can't remember who said this or where I saw it, but I saw someone say that a lot of people wanted this piece in quarter scale. Would you guys opt for this Cyclops in quarter scale?
No, I don't like it. The design of the suit.
Okay, it's too modern for you, or
Yeah, it's a lot going on, and it's not really my style. And I don't like the. It's always the way the the skin forms around his face and his the set to see it. The suit forms around his face and his visor, the open
mm-hmm.
part. And I don't like that he has like this chin guard on. It's not for me. I think
Mm.
my favorite Cyclops statue is the sideshow. Nothing is coming close to that in terms of Cyclops statue. And Cyclops is like probably my favorite X Men character.
That's
Really,
cool. That's cool. I
Yeah.
like to hear somebody say that.
Every time
really.
I say it, people are like, "Oh, but he's a Boy Scout." Like, he's good. Good people are good to have.
Yeah.
My favorite X Men character. Y'all probably laugh at me if I said it.
Who that?
Iceman.
And a
All
lot of
right.
relapse. He's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
So,
Omega level mutant.
mhm.
Yeah, he's always been my favorite. And then I'll probably get into like the Storm, Magneto type folk. That's probably my top three.
My favorite's definitely Archangel, with his adamantium rings.
Yeah,
That'd be my
gotta
favorite.
have gotta have the adamantium wings for sure.
Yeah.
Got to. Yeah, it's the only other way. It's the only way. Cool. Okay. All right. Let's see. We have a few others. We'll fly right past these. This force perspective Batman Beyond joint. The Batman I was cool with, like the actual Batman joint, but I didn't see too many problems with it. But the force perspective base, I can never do it, man.
You know what? It works at this scale. I think.
You think
I
so?
think I think it'll work at this scale. It will work at this scale. What I don't like about this piece is the suit design. I don't like the red like line.
Batman symbol.
No, the lines going through his body.
Oh,
What do you call, like I guess you could call that piping. I don't
Terry
like that.
McGinnis.
Yeah, I kind of just want it to be maybe a classic suit, but I can see how if they did that, it would probably look too similar to the sideshow.
Mm-hmm.
So
Speaking of that sideshow joint, man, that Daniel Bell Batman Beyond joint, like I'm actually, I kind of want it, man. I wanted it back then, but I didn't get it because I don't know if it would have fit in with my Justice League. Like Terry McGinnis Batman with Justice League, it just looks kind of weird a little bit. Um, so I never got it, but I always love that piece.
I think if you're hesitating and like you're not sure, don't bother. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll just get it and you want to sell it later. But you would have
Mm-hmm.
like it's like you're trying to scratch an itch, where you're like you like it, but you don't like it enough to own it long term. So don't bother owning it at all.
Fair enough.
That's kind of what I like about this size. If it's a character you want to represent, like just to have in your collection, but you don't want to spend a fortune on it. Um, that's I think kind of what I like about this size statues.
Yeah, for sure. Like I don't have a I don't have I don't really have room on my desk for like these 10 scale pieces, but I actually have a piece right here. What is it? Is this 10 scale? What scale is this? I don't know. But hold on, let me see. I have this
Mm.
that sits kind of next to my desk. That's pretty cool. And this is actually a gift. Um it was a gift to me from my uncle he collects six scale figures. He collects a lot of six scale stuff, Dragon Ball Z, Star Wars, and he's not my uncle. He's not like oh he's only like 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I would consider getting more. I might get one. I'm actually may get one 10 scale piece and find somewhere to put it on my desk.
Don't
But
do
we'll
it.
see.
Don't
Don't
do
do it.
it. Don't do
Okay. All right. Okay. Never mind.
it.
All right. All right. Let's see. That does it for that. Perfect. 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 All right. Moving right along. What else? What else?
Those
What else?
110s, they get it. They get pricey. Like they're no longer cheap, and they are hard to sell. So it's not worth it.
Damn, Luke, man. Luke the goat, man. Luke says Iceman because he's as cool
Oh
as you,
man,
Astro. That's hard. That's hard. See, that's
because
why Luke, my man. Yeah.
or he's playing for the other team, man. So I don't know. At least now he is. He wasn't always, but now he is.
Luke, my man. Luke, my man. Let's see. So since we got the LBS connoisseur himself here, let's get into a lot of this. Let's get into these pictures. I think this is gonna spark a lot of conversation. So let's just get straight into this. All right. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. Let's see. All right. So we got this reveal from XM Studios, right? And um the Bane, man.
Yeah.
Looks like it's like classic or regular, like a regular Bane. You know, knowing XM Studios, they're probably gonna modernize the suit and make it technical and texture and you know modern lines and all this extra stuff and make it look pretty cool.
Mm.
Normally when it comes to that type of stuff, either people love it or they hate it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see
This is gonna be 6 scale only, right?
oh really, that's news to me. I didn't know that.
I don't think they have the license to do regular characters in quarter.
Really?
Depends. I know they did that the Batman with the rifle, which is like the Miller Batman. They did it
Yeah,
with in
they did
both
both.
scales.
Both, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean they did the Kyle Rayner in both. I'm not sure if they'll do this in both either, but if you think about it, we have no Batman character in both scales. Not that I can think of at the moment. Um, that is not Samurai. All Samurai is in quarter scale, but even when they do any kind of event in the US, XM will only bring their 6 scale stuff. And so
Damn,
I'm
man.
not sure. I don't think they have the license for it, but I think that they might do it anyways. And at least they don't have the license to do it in quarter for the US,
Mm-hmm.
but they might do it anyway, knowing that people from the US will get their hands on it. We'll
Mm-hmm.
see. But my expectation is that this is 6 scale. If anything, if it comes out in quarter scale, it's also going to be in sixth for like
Mm-hmm.
their DC Rebirth line. I'm 100% sure on that fact.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We will see. We will definitely see.
Definitely.
So this next section, these next 10 or 12, 15 or so pictures, this all came from Jay's Facebook story, right? And I can share these, right, Trey?
Yeah.
Because this
Keep
came from.
it. Yeah. By all
Oh,
means.
okay, all right, got it. So
Unless you tell
this.
I'm just playing.
What we have here is Wonder Woman. This is like a one of those. Like it reminds me of those like the Prime One cuties, like the little small joints. Queen Studios has like those little small joints too. So
Hmm.
I'm assuming that that Legendary Beast is going to get into this as well. Is this their entrance into this, or have they been producing these type of pieces?
I don't think he's released any of them yet, but I think this is like the very beginning of it. I don't think I've seen any released yet. But I know
Okay.
it's his baby, his heart passion.
Well, that's good because I think it's good for collectors because not everyone can afford the big 1/3 Iron Man and 1/3 blah 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 and the 1/3 blah blah blah. But if they like Wonder Woman, they got the smaller option here that they can pick up, and it doesn't take up nearly as much space, right? So that's always cool.
Yeah.
I mean, but like, look at that, right? It has a whole base, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so it's got for one of these kind of things, it's got a lot going on. So what's the price point going to be like? And then you gotta ask yourself, what's this market like really? I feel like a lot of companies are diving into this, so I want to assume that there's actually people that are interested in this. But then at the same time, I think about pops and how that's kind of like blown
It's
up in their
huge,
prices, and
huge.
that's way cheaper, right?
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
see them, they're throwing all their stock in a landfill. Granted, they overproduced. They and like there's a lot of pops going out to different stores, and people do buy a lot of pops.
Yeah.
But like again, they definitely overproduced. Legendary Beast isn't gonna do that. They're gonna be conservative in how much they make. But
Hmm.
still, like I'm curious to know what's the actual market that wants to pay how much they're gonna ask for this, and at this size, looking like this cheap chibi style character. Again, because this isn't just like the character in maybe a stiff pose on like a small black circle or something. It has a
Mm-hmm.
whole base going on here. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be as affordable as the other companies. It's going to be more expensive. And
You
so,
think so?
are you going to get to the point where this costs the price as a same price as a hot toy? Why would I buy this instead of a hot toy?
I doubt it.
I'm not. No, I'm
I
not
hope
doubting
not.
it. Look at the
Really?
10th skill on your desk. It's like $200. Like they're like
That's true.
they're around that price now.
Well,
With
that's
how
true.
much, and then you ask yourself, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. What's gonna be the price point for this? And still, there's gonna be people that prefer something like this to maybe a hot toy. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if they're going into the market, I think it's something you should think about. You know, because the more you add, the more you have to charge for like the extra labor and design costs.
Well, this will be a case study. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. If people take to it, I'm sure we'll see more and more of these being produced. And if they don't, that's okay too. Because I mean, I guarantee you those third scale pieces are gonna sell. So it's gonna be all right. Maybe he'll try something else if this doesn't work. That's kind of just how it works when you're an entrepreneur. You try something, it don't work. You try something else.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. Let's keep it pushing. So we got. I didn't know what to make of this. This is a Batman suit. This is from the obviously the Ben Affleck Batman. This is a suit, like a suit. It looks life size. It's like, okay, what the hell does this mean?
Probably doesn't mean anything. Just taking a picture of stuff. I imagine. Maybe. Who knows?
I don't never put them past Jay. He going too crazy. He going too crazy. I don't listen. I don't know. Hey, anything is possible with this guy, man.
I mean, you also can't
Anything is
forget this is
possible.
his personal Facebook, right? So
Yeah. Oh well, that's true. Yeah,
sometimes
that's
you
true.
might see a picture that has nothing to do with LBS.
That's true. I guess. So, this one, I,
That's
I I think we should read into this one here because I
yeah.
mean, look, is man like why would you post a man back cover? You know what I'm saying? Like why the hell would you post that? That
Mhm.
don't even make sense. Like yeah, yeah. I think at this point we should start speculating scale. So are we getting quarter scale? We getting third scale? What we talking? What we talking? You know what I'm saying? Because this is. I
I
mean,
think
there's no way in the hell he just
we're,
posting this just for the hell of it.
yeah, I think we were thinking
Imagine.
third
Sorry, go
scale.
ahead. Third skill? Third skill of what, Trey?
Man
Like
back.
yeah, if in this I would say speculate one third scale man bat for sure.
Speculate one third skill. Man, Jay
Bruh,
is a
one
crazy
third scale,
guy.
man back, bruh. Are you kidding me? Think about that. Who's crazy enough to do one third scale man bat? A man bat is a character that I've been seeing for at least probably the last 2 years. A lot of people saying, "Oh, man bat, man bat, man bat." Um, and I know that if he produces it, I'm sure people like Chris Batman Statue Collector is gonna hop on the horse and start running laps around this, and
Yeah.
it's gonna drive up the stock, drive up the hype, drive up the FOMO,
Yeah.
and shit
I
is
don't
is
know.
over with.
I
And
don't know.
and remember on every one of them is going to be a low ES to keep that collectability factor, but also to make sure that he can get the pieces that everyone's demanding. So it doesn't need to be 1,000 people to want it, but if it's between 200 and 300, well, it's a whole different story.
I mean, are there going to be 200 people that want one third bat man bat? Oh
Well,
no.
here's the thing: you got to think about if it looks cool. Think about that what was it? Queen Studios Blood Sport or whatever. What was it?
Bloodstorm.
Bloodstorm.
Batman.
The Batman joint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not something I don't know the goddamn thing about no Bloodstorm Batman, but it looked cool though.
Mm-hmm.
It
Still
just looks
available.
it just looks cool. It's still available. How many did they produce of that?
No
Do
idea.
you,
No idea. But it's probably gonna probably. I want to guess it's over 300. So
right.
I'm not sure, but I'm guessing.
And I'm just gonna go out on a limb and guess. I'm gonna guess that Man Bat is more popular than Bloodsport, Bloodstorm, Batman.
I'll tell you right now, no, he's not,
Really?
because that Bloodstorm, it's in the end, it's still Batman. But like when you say you want to make a villain like Man Bat and you want to do it in one third, you know, it's gonna be pricey. How many people are interested in that? Again, LBS doesn't need so many people to be on board to produce a piece. Like
Mm-hmm.
the Cyclops that Trey was saying, that's 150, right? But it's gonna get to the point where I'm gonna be questioning, like, are you actually making money off of this release? Is with if it's like the Man Bat.
Yeah, I agree with you, Buck. And I think, like, so when he's putting something like this out, I think he's also saying, hey, are you guys going to support it? And I don't think he's going to do that in, the first, batch of rogue villains for Batman. But if you guys, he's saying that, do you guys want this? And if you do, let me know. I'll do it. Like, he'll do
Yeah.
Right.
whatever.
Right. He
But
teasing it. Yeah.
yeah. So, but think about it. All these people are saying, man, somebody should do a Clayface. Somebody should do a two. Somebody should do this and that. Okay. Well, here's a person that's saying, I'll do it. Will you
Hmm.
back it if I do?
Right.
I don't know if people will, right? That's the thing. A lot of collectors say stuff and they don't
That's
mean it
true.
because,
That's true.
Right.
the Venoms, the Batman. See, Prime One, what do they make? They make Batman statues,
Yep.
and that's all they fucking do. And
Yep.
and you would think at this point everybody's got a Batman statue. They're still selling out of Batmans, aren't they?
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
are like, oh, we want something different, man. Oh no. The new shiny Batman comes out. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna sell my old Batman to get the new one. And like
Hmm.
again, people say stuff and they don't mean it. They're not their mouth saying one thing, but they're pulling out their credit card with the other with their hand, like behind the scenes, passing it to Prime. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
I pre-order for that one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Right.
and
Right.
that's true too. I mean, because if you look at, and I think a lot of people have bought the Blade, but the Blade for PCS had 400 pieces and it's still available. So I think that's true.
Hmm. And again, because it's third scale. Not everyone's collecting third scale, and then third scale for a character that's not super popular, and it's not even the hero; it's a villain. Come on, I
I
think
think
that's
it
a
would.
hard sell.
I think it would have to be later on when you've got the people that have started establishing their third scale lines. Like,
Yeah,
so, like for me, DC, I refused to collect DC because I was trying not to. I love DC, and then here came Jay with the LBS. I found this out like a month or so ago. I was like, damn, because now I got to do it.
right.
He so. But once you start getting the characters, and then you have there's specific ones that you want. If there's 200 or 300 people that would really want it, here's your chance. So
Hmm.
So one thing I will say as well is that well, we'll see. We'll see. Ultimately we'll see what happens with this. You also have Ra's al Ghul. I know Rome is a huge Ra's al Ghul person and he's been wanting something like this. And so, this is another one. Same conversation with Man Bat. I think
mhm.
he's a little bit more popular than Man Bat, but Will people support it? We'll see. We'll see. Ultimately, we'll see. You know.
This is one I can see people supporting.
And
Mm-hmm.
and then also, what will Prime One do? Like when they see the rumbles of here comes, that particular character, are they going to try to hurry up and come down and see what happens? So they don't miss the boat. What are they going to do too?
Well,
So
here's
we'll
the
we'll
thing.
see.
If let's just say for the sake of argument, let's say he produced this Rajah Gold and it goes crazy, right? Like Buck saying
Hmm.
this, he think this is gonna sell. Let's say it go crazy and he sell out, right? I guarantee you, a prime one is gonna come right behind him like shit. All right, hey look, we got a Rajah Gold going. What y'all trying to do?
Hmm.
Like, ain't no way in the hell. That's how the statue game works.
I don't know, man.
And then
Somebody takes a chance.
they're going to have to deal with that price at that point too, because
That's
their
the
price is higher than
exactly.
LBS. So will this help us bring Prime One back down? You know.
Nah, I don't think
Nah.
that's gonna happen. Prime One's selling fine. I like,
Hmm.
I one thing I'm gonna ask though is you gotta see, think about what it took to sell that Talon statue, Quarter
Mm-hmm.
Owls, iconic storyline, and apparently people, you know,
Not as many people bought it.
some sentiment is like, oh, it's good, but like what it took, it had to be threatened to be canceled. I think it actually got canceled and came back. Like how many years that was on pre-order before it finally happens. It was up in the air for the longest time.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. People say they want villains. I think it's cap. That's just what I'm saying. I think it's cap. I think,
Cappuccino.
or it's a very, 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 very tiny minority, or like you don't have enough people wanting the same villains. You know, because
Hmm.
like when they actually make them, they don't sell out. You know, got the
Hmm.
So
Taskmaster from Sideshow. Good statue, has some issues, but it's a villain. It's reasonably priced. That's just gone up for sale like crazy. Disgusting discounts on it. Still available for some reason. No,
so let me ask you this. We're talking about villains and that type of stuff. So you do you agree that the penguin that Sideshow just put out, you think that's gonna sell well?
it's gonna sell well. I think because of FOMO, but even then, sell well for that character is not the same as sell well for a hero. It's
Okay.
not. It's not going to be the same standard. I think that Penguin is probably going to surprise some people. It's going to have a higher ES than people were thinking. People want the low ES right now, but it's not going to have a low ES. It's going to be. I'm thinking Penguin's going to be around 1,000 to 2,000 ES.
So if they hit you with 2,000, you think people are going to be ticked? If they tried to jump in and make sure that if it was only 500, they didn't miss out, you think they'll be ticked?
I'm gonna laugh my ass off. That's all I'm gonna say. If it's around 2 grand, I want to laugh at the people that wanted it to be. Because the thing is, if you want it to be low ES, all you gotta do is not purchase it. Don't during the time when they don't have an ES, don't buy it. And then when they announce it, if you want the character, you buy it immediately. But the thing is, they're not gonna undercut themselves. Not Sideshow.
Why would they do that?
Sideshow's gonna open it up for pre-orders. They're gonna get like the first influx of people coming in to purchase. They get a feel for the demand. They're listening to what we're saying live and all that stuff. They're seeing what people are saying on social media. They judge the demand. They probably have their own different metrics as well. Maybe how many people visit the like I think it will be 500 to 1,000 like
Delaney,
Freeze and
shout out to
Scarecrow.
Delaney, man. That's my man. Thank you. Thank you for
I
joining.
think I think Freeze and Scarecrow were like over 1,000, weren't they? Am I crazy?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were. I
I
had
might be
Scarecrow.
wrong.
I think Scarecrow was definitely over 1,000.
Maybe like 50. If you combine the exclusive with the regular, I think it was over 1,000. I
Let
might
me
be
see.
wrong though. But like, it's basically saying that that ES, generally speaking, they're gonna wait for the first wave of pre-orders, people that are eager to secure theirs, and based on that demand and some other metrics they have, they're gonna decide the ES, and they're gonna make a surplus so that people who like didn't come in at first they can still get it later, and then they might still have some stock to sell after the fact. Again, because
But
I don't think. Sideshow is going to be hurting in terms of like warehousing these pieces because they don't have to make the entire ES at once.
Hmm.
Again, I gotta remind you guys, Gladiator Hulk that came out how many years ago, and I think it was still up for pre-order. Like I know my friend still has it on pre-order, and he hasn't gotten it yet. It's just because they haven't finished the producing the entire ES. So it's just a matter of saying like if they see there's not enough demand, they don't have to keep producing the statue, right? So they can set the ES at whatever number they want.
Mm.
So okay, uh, so Mr. Freeze and Scarecrow are both the same, and yeah, so it's 500 for the exclusive and 1,000 for the regular for
Yeah,
both.
that's I
So
know it's over a
it's
thousand for both.
yeah, I didn't realize which I didn't know if 500 was for the regular and 1,000 for the exclusive or which one, but it's the 500 for the exclusive for both of those.
That's probably what Jeff is actually saying.
Yeah, I didn't know which was which, but yeah, yep, yep, yep. I mean, here's my thing. Oh, he said it already. I didn't even have to do all that. Thank you. um, so here's the thing. So I mean, here's what I think. I mean, as it pertains to that penguin from Sideshow, and we'll move on to the next picture. If you like the piece, just get the damn piece, man. Like, I don't know why people like try to play these mind games with edition sizes. Like, if you want the piece, just get the piece. Like how many pieces, how many is being produced? Like, it's not like they're gonna do 6,000 of them, 7,000 of them. I mean, it's probably gonna be like less than 2,000, and there's millions of people in this world. It's still a collectible. It's still rare. It's still whatever. Like, just get the damn piece, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What I will say is, it is wise not to pre-order a piece that hasn't have that doesn't have an edition size announced yet. Why should I give them my money when I know I can get it anytime I want, right? If it doesn't have an ES, it means I can still pre-order it and I'll be guaranteed a piece. The only time when that's gonna happen that I might miss out is once they've announced the ES, then it can possibly finish. But at this point, there's no need to say I'm going to order Penguin at right now because there's no set ES, so you're not losing out on anything. I prefer to like keep my money with me for as long as possible and not give it to these. Give me ultimate freedom. I
Mm-hmm.
prefer. I would even be happier if the statue could release. I see the unboxing video on YouTube. I see maybe someone get it in firsthand, and like I can look at it before I buy the statue. Like that's what I prefer. I don't like to just because you give your money to the company and you're trying to have complete faith in them that they're going to give you something of quality. That doesn't always happen.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes just issues with a piece and a run, and it's not like it happens often, you know, but it can happen, and it's best to always, as a consumer, I want to keep like as much leverage on my
Hmm.
side as possible and give
Mm-hmm.
myself as many options as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if a competitor comes out a little later
Yeah,
that you like better, you don't have to cancel and lose
exactly.
your money.
But yeah, I don't want to be saying, "Oh, can you like give me back my money?"
I
Instead,
hate that shit. I hate
instead
doing
you
that.
don't have to contact anyone. You just again put your money where you want
Aquaman, of course, this is a classic joint, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
This one,
That's a hint
Joker,
right there on you. Like that's
yeah,
like that
like
could be what it looks like.
it's a
Um,
drawing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
to. This is Alex
why?
Ross.
So Alex, oh, this is based on Alex Ross.
Yeah, this looks like a
Art.
design sheet for Joker that he would have done. He does like his designs in pencil and like do the character turnaround.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is an Alex Ross Joker, I believe.
Okay. Buck knowing his stuff. This is Riddler, right? I see a
Yes, it is.
question mark. A question mark on
Yeah, and it
the
looks like more
thing.
Alex Ross art too. Looks
Okay.
like that's the route they're going for their Justice League and DC stuff.
Wonder Woman, of course.
Yeah,
Hmm.
this is
And
an Alex Ross. I can't quite place the artist for this one.
when you guys see the Wonder Woman, it's I love it. Like it's a 10. It's a 10.
Okay. Here's more Wonder Woman art. So this doesn't look like there's anything specific as far as the art style, because she's a little different.
It's AI-ish. This looks like AI art.
Now this is what I got a little excited for right here, which is the Storm.
Hmm.
Um, because Storm is my girl. And I like this. And
But
I think he's doing third scale right now. So
all third scale. What do you think about the outfit? Like the color of the outfit?
I'm good. I'm good with that. Yeah, this is cool.
Mhm.
She'll be in black instead of white.
Yeah.
And keep it extra skimpy, LBS. As much skin as possible.
Loki.
The Loki base is fantastic too. Like wait till you see that base. It's fantastic.
I already know. I already know. Okay, we already got through that. So more pictures. XM. This is Galvatron, I believe.
Yeah.
Only
This looks
199 pieces.
it looks nice, doesn't it?
Hmm.
I had a picture of the full piece. I don't know what happened to it. But anyway. PCS. Can somebody fill me in on this license here?
I had never heard of this movie in my life until I saw this sneak peek.
I remember the movie. I just wonder. I wonder how this is going to be interesting. I wonder how big a following this is going to have because, I mean, I hadn't even thought about this movie in so long. But I mean, he's out there trying to do his thing. Got to give Ant credit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, look at that. They freaking did Aeon Flux. I mean, come on. What are the chances? That feels like random as hell too. And that I think that sculpt came out good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
with this, the thing that worries me is this character has a very ugly face. So I'm just like, you know, will the sexy pose offset the portrait? Or are people really like, I want her to look like she can kill me. So
Mm,
maybe maybe they're
yeah,
gonna get it still. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I'm pretty curious how this will turn out. So far, it looks very alluring. I'll say.
it's hard for me to collect things that are like one and done, like um, like if it was like Voltron, unless they do like the cars and planes, you're only getting one Voltron. Like it's hard for me to collect something that I don't have a line that I'm going to be collecting with it. And that's just me mentally. So,
Mm-hmm. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. We've already talked about this. I don't know how these pictures
Master, I
fit
think you about
in.
to buy that, man. I think you like it that much. I think you're gonna buy it.
Nah, hell
Man,
no.
my name is Bling Lai.
I can get 4 or 5 quarter scales for the price of this.
Hell yeah.
Catwoman, new art prints from Sideshow. We have this Catwoman uh piece here. How y'all feel about this? This cool? I think this is cool. Cool
Oh,
piece.
I like that, man.
I
Yeah, I
like
think
this
it's cool.
artist. Not fond of this piece.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, she does really good stuff. I don't know. I think she has better like stuff out there.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I'll actually check her out. Um, another art print here. Iron Man Infinity Saga. I don't ever remember seeing this suit. This from the comics.
Possibly.
Oh no.
He's got like a whole fleet of Iron Man. But like the weird thing is like they're all flying in different directions. It's weird. Do you see that? Like some are flying the opposite direction from him,
Oh yeah, I see
and
that.
then
Yeah.
some are flying like it's like they have weird trajectories. I wonder what that's about.
Maybe he's getting attacked from all different angles.
Sure.
Tweet ahead, Two Face teaser. Looks like it's gonna be, I would assume, like a museum pose where he's standing up,
Mhm.
holding the coin. Two Face. I'm not on the market for a Batman villain like this, but I'm excited for all the folks who's gonna get this guy.
Somebody earlier said they thought it may be only coming in 1/6 scale. Uh,
Nah, it ain't no way in the hell Twitter had that crazy.
yeah, I wouldn't think they would be. I hope not. That'd be dumb.
Yeah, we
That
don't.
would be crazy. Like
Or
that.
or if they don't do it, they probably cannot.
Well,
Because
yeah,
I can't imagine them being that dumb. Like, they know people want this. There's
in
people that
quarter
want this.
scale,
Yeah, in
right?
quarter
And
scale.
here's the thing. I mean, me personally, this is just me. If Twitter here in my company, if I can't produce the Two Face in quarter scale, I'm not doing it at all. Like F it. Like
What? Nah, I do it still. It's 6 scale.
I mean,
Then
but it's how many people gonna buy it in 6 scale versus quarter scale? I think
people
it'd be
buy it.
more.
They have a market. There's people that buy 6 scale statues from them. They clearly have that market. That's why they produce it.
I guess you're right.
Only reason I wouldn't do it if it was only a 1/6 scale would be because I wouldn't want the backlash from people bashing my company because I didn't do it in 1/4. That's the only reason.
Uh,
I think
Delaney coming
it'll
through.
be
Delaney
as
coming through. It's up to Sideshow where the 1/4 scale happens.
uh,
It's their
they
license.
share the
Got it.
license with Sideshow.
They
That's what
share
I
the
was assuming
license.
as well, right? So
Got it. Thank
if
you. Thank you
if
for that.
Sideshow doesn't have a quarter scale in the pipeline, then
They won't
they,
let
they,
them do it.
no, then they probably will like let Tweeterhead do it.
You think so? If Sideshow has one in the pipeline, they'll let Tweeter here go ahead and
If
do
they
that.
if they don't if they don't have
All
one,
right, all right, that's right. Okay, okay, that's where I agree. Yes, exactly. I
because
think that's
also
that.
that way it's a way to make the statue happen, where Sideshow can share the profits and take none of the risk.
Exactly. And then too, it's almost like a litmus test to, like, for us collectors. Like, okay, Tweeter is doing Two Face in quarter scale. I think it's safe to assume that Sideshow's not doing Tweeterhead. I mean, doing Two Face in quarter scale anytime soon, right? So, okay, all right. I think it's safe to go ahead and take this. Try to go ahead and pick this up.
Oh, yeah, if this comes out in quarter scale, then yeah, it's probably safe to assume Sideshow won't do it. Because,
Right.
like Jeff just said, it's Sideshow's license. So I imagine why would they let, especially a character that hasn't been done as much as Two Face? If it was a Batman or a Joker or a Wonder Woman, there's room enough in the market to have multiple versions of those characters in the same scale that it won't really cannibalize each other in the market. But like character like Two Face, even though like there's people that want him, I don't think there's that many people that want the character to like make it so like multiple companies are doing high ESs of the same one, right? That's same. Another thing I'll
Mhm.
mention, this looks like this is definitely a 3D render and not a like printed
Right.
piece.
Right.
Depending on this, so like this coin, you're looking at this coin and it looks, oh, it's so detailed,
Mm-hmm.
right? Look at the size of this coin on your screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's if you think about what size a coin should be, that is bigger than what a normal coin would be in real life,
Because it's a
right?
it's a dollar. It's a dollar joint, right?
Yeah, right. I
So
don't
it's
think
so
so.
it's,
It
so
might
it's
be
bigger.
slightly bigger. Look at his hands, but like also understand that this is magnified. This is bigger, right? It
Mm-hmm.
and also the fact that when you think about this being like if you think about if this was a real coin with a real man and then you scale it down to 1/4, a lot of the detail that you're seeing on this coin is not going to show up on the actual coin that he's holding in his hand, as well as some of the detail on his skin and like on his face, and because of the material they use as well, it's not
Mm-hmm.
going to show up in the actual printed thing. But it's nice to see the like 3D sculpt and see how cool that looks like. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just the nature of the thing. It's just like the smaller you make something, the less detail will be visible.
Well,
Like
that's true. Yeah,
and
exactly. Um, I think that actually that makes a lot of sense now that Jeff said that. I appreciate him saying it because I don't know if you guys remember, but last year Twitter had revealed at San Diego Comic Con a Batman in 6 scale and an Aquaman in 6 scale, where the Aquaman was like on a wave, and then the Batman was like this,
Mm-hmm.
well, like this with
Mm-hmm.
he's throwing a batarang, and I was like, yo, fam, like they need to make these exact statues in quarter scale because like I would purchase these two in quarter scale, but
Mm-hmm.
nothing never came out about it being in quarter scale, and that makes a lot of sense because obviously Sasha's making more quarter scale Batman, right? I mean, we already know they're working on quarter scale Batman,
Is
and
Aquaman already on sale?
no. Well, no, I don't think either one of those from Twitter are on sale yet.
Okay, that still means that means there's still hope for Aquaman to be in quarter scale.
Okay. Well, I'm just thinking I see why you said that, um, but I also can see Sideshow doing Aquaman again because I mean the last time they did Aquaman was when like two
Jason
three years
Momoa?
ago. Yeah, it was like two three
I
years
don't know.
ago, 4
I
years
don't think
ago.
I don't think Sideshow will do an Aquaman.
You don't think so?
Nah, I think they just give us another Batman statue. Hey,
Just
give the
another
people what they
Batman,
want.
another Batman.
Yeah, people seem to want Batman. You know, how many? Like, think about the number of Batman statues Sideshow is doing on their own. They're making like no, clearly, people love Batman. I think that's probably the most popular statue character to make a statue of when you think about it. And it's weird because it's DC and it's not Marvel. It's been up for a long time. Batman is Aquaman is probably only gonna be quarter 6 scale, unless
Yeah,
later down the line Sideshow acquiesces and
I
Twitter
think
had
they will.
puts. I don't know. They probably Twitter probably would have asked already. They probably would have because they know people would want that. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, if they didn't come out with it, it's safe to assume the answer was no.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Um, yeah. But like, what's the name of that too? Right, Batman's probably like one of the most popular characters. Like in terms of what people want to collect a statue of. You think
Mm-hmm.
about how many versions of that character are out there in the market, and it just keeps selling out. People want Batman statues, right? Prime One does like multiple versions of the character, and it doesn't seem to affect like they sell out. You know, at the same time, Sideshow is doing multiple versions of Batman. They just did the Begins. I think it's basically the Bale Batman. They did that. That one is pretty good. They're like gonna release the one on the bicycle. They did the Dark Knight Returns. They're sculpted by Bell. They got multiple Batman statues in the pipeline and already up for sale. So it's crazy. It's always crazy to like take note of these kind of trends in the industry and what people are collecting.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So also this piece here, well, this picture here is of spec fiction. Everyone knows that Todd is opening a actual physical store, sort of like Marcos, and this, he shoots posted some updates of the how that's going, and so this is pretty cool. I guess I'm assuming this is the entrance of the store. Um, and you walk in, it's like you in space or something. It's pretty cool. It's cool. It's a cool touch.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
XM is doing Disney. I know we already talked. I know people have already seen this. Um, how do we feel about XM doing Disney? I think it's funny, actually.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
small.
get it. I again, XM doesn't do affordable, so I would never spend whatever they'd ask for this. But I can
Mm-hmm.
see a Disney fan, like someone who's like a big fan of like classic Disney, because Fantasia is like, it's one of those classic animated films, and I
Yeah,
know it costs a lot of money to produce, and because like the animation in it is insane and very time consuming, and a lot of beautiful stylized stuff in there.
And those Disney
Hmm.
Mickey Mouse fans, man. I mean, there's a ton of them out there. Like, and they'll spend
Yeah,
for it. Like, it's
yeah,
a smart move by them. If you've ever
yeah.
seen how many of those people there are, I mean, they're fanatics.
Late Night Trip says big market. I think that's true. There
Mm,
is a big market for Disney, Mickey Mouse, and all that stuff.
But
yeah.
does XM have access to that market? Like, basically, do those people know about XM? And will XM have the marketing push to make them know? Is this going to be sold in the US?
Well,
I assume it
I
will
would
be,
assume so, and
right?
I think I would assume that if Disney's partnering with XM to make this piece, they're going to also partner with the marketing, and Disney's going to make sure that this gets seen by whoever it needs to get seen by,
I
whoever their
don't think
target
so. I
audience is.
mean, they give
You
like a bunch of people the Marvel license. They don't market it for them. I think it's
know?
all up to the company to like this to like push the product. Something that might help them is if this also has a US license, if they can make this available at the theme parks, the
Mm,
places where like and I think definitely it would do well for them, probably help XM's name get out even more to more people.
mm-hmm.
And it might also open the door for if this does really well and this has a US, it might open the door to like Disney saying, you know what, maybe you guys deserve to have that quarter scale Marvel license for the US. Sideshow can finally have some competition. I don't know what Sideshow is, who they're blowing at Disney or how much they're paying, but for some reason, to this day, Sideshow has a monopoly on Marvel in the US.
Mm.
Have you noticed? That's why no one can compete with them on that front. No company that makes Marvel statues has a US license for it. And so they barely make Marvel stuff, like especially Marvel comic stuff is what I'm trying to say. And I know for a fact it's because behind the scene, Sideshow is using mafia tactics.
Sideshow is the mafia, by the way. I don't know if you knew
Yo,
that.
man,
Listen, man. Listen. It is what it is, man. It is what it is when it comes to these
Disney had
pieces.
like this Mickey plush that was like they were doing one every month, and like it was $25 to go get it, and my wife's sister wanted us to go get one. I was like, man, and you had to stand in line early in the morning before the Disney store opened. I was like, man, I'm gonna stand out in the line for those stupid plush. And then she showed me on eBay the pre-sales for it before it even got out, and it was like $500, and you had to get. I was like 25, 500. I said, what time we got to go? You know,
oh
and by
man,
then I was there every single month. You know, you could get like two per person, so we had a kid stand in line too. I was like, man, I'm selling this crap, and it would sell out the same day on eBay. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. It was stupid, but
Wow, that's
straight up,
crazy.
like, man. So that's the only reason I know there's so many Mickey Mouse fanatics.
Oh
crazy.
wow, that's crazy. We already talked about this, but more pictures of this. This was more of the pictures that we um more of
No,
the Iron Studio stuff. Yeah. So there's two bases to this, by the way. So there's this short base, and there's this bigger base that he sits on. So there's like two different versions, depending on what you're into.
that's pretty awesome. I want to
Yeah.
get the one with all the hyenas.
Looks like there's three bases actually. So you have this, and then there's this. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know. We have the Batman, the Catwoman, of course. Iron Studios quarter scale. Again, this is a cool piece. It's cool, but there's too much competition out there to really pay that much attention to it.
Hmm.
um, so it's kind of. I think it will sell. I don't know if it'll sell well, but I mean, people will purchase the same character multiple times as we seen with what's anything Batman related. So
I think even people would choose this one probably if like the likeness is fine for some. It depends on how exacting you are and like demanding you are for like accuracy in that regard. because this could still end up being cheaper than the other options by a little amount. And some people are like, you know what, I'd rather save maybe $50 or $100 and get this instead. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and when I say that amount, I'm comparing it to what I'm assuming the quarter scale from Darkseid is gonna
Mm-hmm.
cost or cost. I have to just check to be sure.
The Batman Beyond piece from Iron Studios. Again, this piece is cool. Buck thinks that the base the force perspective base works better on this 10th scale. Um, but I think it's cool. I think the force perspective is more tolerable in this smaller scale. You know, I still not a fan of it, but I think it's more tolerable in smaller scale. So Boba Fett and Rancor. This is a pretty cool piece. Do we know the height on this? How tall this is? It's 1/20th scale, but how tall is it though?
No idea. Probably be big. Is there a picture of it next to a person like the other ones?
No, I don't have that picture for whatever reason. I don't know what happened. But hey, it is what it is, I guess.
I'd say it's probably as big as someone's torso. Is my guess. They said
Right.
1/20th,
Yeah.
not okay.
Yes.
So if you go back to a picture where we have one of those like 1/10ths next to a person. Okay, so no go
Oh, I'm trying to.
to the like maybe the Batman Beyond with
Hmm?
the yeah. So if you look at that, see how much space, how much height that's taking next to the guy, do a little guesswork. You have him and you put him there. I'd say yeah, probably the Rancor with the Boba, possibly the height of like waist to collarbone
That's
around
okay.
that.
Okay. It's still a decent sized piece there. Shout out to Star Wars. Ninja Turtles, 1/10 scale, Master Splinter. I'm assuming have they done Turtles in 10 scale? Yes, right?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
it looked
Okay.
really good too.
Yeah, I thought so. Yep. Glad they're doing that. Now we're here to talk. We're here to talk about Legendary LBS doing DC, Justice League, Batman Corps, Superman Corps. So what does that mean when we say Batman Corps, Superman Corps? Is that Batman and the villains? Is that Superman and the villains? What exactly does that mean? ISO on Trey.
uh, I would say it mainly focuses on like the core, like the Batman rogues, Superman, villains is what he's trying to say with that. And then of course, Justice League is all the characters part of the Justice League. So it'll you can think of it, it should be there, but like we talked earlier, are they going to support specific characters coming? And I think that's probably your only limitation. So if you're ready to play, he's ready to play too.
Right.
Uh,
It's up to y'all, pretty much. What y'all trying to do?
yeah, he's Michael
Basically.
Jordan, so he's ready to win the championship. So just depends on what trophy you want.
Right. Yeah. I know a lot of people were excited about this. I know a lot of questions came. What scale? What pose? Is it going to be dynamic? Is it going to be? I think the Prestige series is more museum, right?
Mm,
If I'm not mistaken. So that there's that. Um, what characters, competition with Prom One. I was hearing a lot of that. I caught a little bit of a few minutes of the Chris the BSC his video. I
mm,
think someone said he pulled over on the side of the road to make the video. That was funny.
yeah,
Um, my man had to get his thoughts out fast.
yeah,
Yeah, it's breaking news, man. Breaking
and
news.
it's going
Breaking
to be
news.
more museum, but there can be um, some dynamics to some of the characters, just depending on which ones they are. But look at more museum style, especially for like your Superman, your Batman, Wonder Woman, etc. But depending on what that character is in the future, it can have some dynamics to it.
So will this Will this alter Prime One's plans in any capacity? But
Nope.
I didn't think so either.
LBS is so slower than Prime One, which is that's saying a lot. But I think there's enough room for both companies to do their thing in this space.
And I think hopefully you'll see a difference in that speed um, moving forward. Just remember me saying I think you'll see a difference in the speed.
Hmm.
But I don't think you're going to see. You're not getting 10 and 15 DC characters in a year because, like I've
Right.
said before, that is not going to be beneficial to the collector because they're not going to be able to get. I mean,
Right.
he's spending $15,000-$20,000, and just on this, like it
Hmm.
wouldn't be beneficial. So
Hmm.
if you see 4 or 5 DC, come out 6 DC, you got the same thing coming with Marvel,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
that's fair to say. I think like I said, and also LBS style is so different from Prime One. They both have a unique feel, and with the fact that LBS is more or less doing like this museum, they're pretty committed to the museum look. And
Hmm.
I've seen some behind the scenes stuff, and they're staying pretty faithful to that. Even
mhm,
with this collection, it's just not the same kind of stuff you're getting from Prime One. I feel like if you're the kind of person who's gonna get LBS, you're gonna want that theme continued with the characters that they're doing. You're
mhm,
not really going to get that from a Prime One. Like depends on which Prime One it is, but I think generally speaking, if you're gonna get the LBS, you're gonna want to see that continue, especially because there's a heavy emphasis on Alex Ross style. Like I know there's gonna be other switch outs, but like there's a heavy emphasis on having the Alex Ross style, like carried across multiple characters. And so if they're gonna do that, if you're gonna have Superman, you're gonna have Batman looking like Alex Ross, and if those are the switch outs you want to use for the maybe the portraits, you're gonna say, I mean, are you gonna get like a Wonder Woman that looks less like Alex Ross? Some people might because they might think the Alex Ross Wonder Woman looks too mannish. But again, it's
yeah.
that kind of thing where I think, generally speaking, if you get from LBS, you're gonna want to continue buying from LBS.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Fair
agree with
enough.
you. And if you saw Jay said this earlier in his channel, um, up to 6, switch out options, like head switch out options, if possible. So hopefully he's going to make a lot of people happy, like depending on what your
What you
ideal Superman is.
Hmm.
right? Yeah. Look at this. Already two different head sculpts right there.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
personally I'm not fond of the Alex Ross, but I'm fond of the this one. This
Hmm.
one,
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
struggling to place the artist. Maybe if I see like the full like portrait, like
Hmm.
that's inspiring this. But yeah, this looks good. One thing I mentioned though, if you go back, come on Jay, what is that material for the cloak? What's that supposed to? Is that stone? Don't do that, please. Make it fabric. Make it fabric. Or I don't know. Is that meant to be leather? Doesn't look like leather. Why does Superman have a leather cape? Stop it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do make it something that makes sense.
Listen,
Please.
hit up Jay, man. Listen, Jay probably had you do some pieces, man. Work on some pieces.
Nah. I'm not trying to work on Superman. Right now, I want to see Spider Man. We've seen Venom. Come on. Bring it, and I mean when I say see him, bring him out completely. I want to see the painted Spider Man. And then I'm gonna get those, and I'll tell LBS adios for now. I don't want to be collecting like one third too much. We need a lot more competition when it comes to like Marvel statues. I'm really happy that LBS is entering the foray in one third.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see that PCS got the MVC license. So they're gonna be able to do more Marvel pieces outside of the specific video game stuff they've been doing. They're gonna get like the designs for the Marvel versus Capcom. They can do that, and I hope that even expands further to comic licensing. Because man, I don't like the fact that Sideshow is the only game in town for Marvel, and I'm a Marvel fan. I wish that Prime One had a Marvel license. I wish they did. And like you might see Sideshow doing things differently. They might actually
Mm-hmm.
act like they need to give a shit. They do, they care, but like they might they might care more if they had more competition on the Marvel front. And right now they more or less do not. They just have the monopoly there. So I like seeing
Mm-hmm.
more people with that license. That's why I really want like Jay to like push out those Marvel pieces at like at a better pace.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good deal. Let's see what we got here. This Superman, right? So this is from Infinity and Penguin.
Oh wow.
This
Yeah,
this is a
this is the one I
teaser.
want.
Wow. This is
I
Yeah.
want that.
oh man. This is crazy. Are you sure it's from Infinity?
Yeah, it's
Infinity Studio?
down at the bottom, isn't it? Or
Oh,
am I
it just says
tripping?
Penguin Toys. I don't think Infinity is involved. That
Um, and
Let's see.
no limit or something like that.
it
Limit.
says Limit Studio. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Because oh
Limit.
man, I
Okay,
can't
I'm
imagine
tripping then.
this. Is this even licensed? I don't think this is licensed because it doesn't look good enough to be licensed.
Well,
Somewhere
Penguin is the least licensed place, right?
is it? I don't know. Well,
Well, they just did
actually, it is
the
licensed.
Superman we were looking at earlier, the Henry Cavill with the black
Yeah,
suit.
but it's
They did that
licensed. They put the logos for DC and Warner Bros. In the corner.
right. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Cause I'm up with the face as well. I like the texture on the suit, the way you can see it making. I forgot what they call those kind of patterns in nature,
It's
but
like
those
hexagon or
circular,
something.
like circular patterns you're seeing on the suit on the blue. I
Mm-hmm.
like that, But his head sculpt is weird. His lips look thin and his mouth looks small. The shape of his head is off, man. So probably need to
Same
see the
company that put
yeah,
out the Killing Joke bus
yeah.
from
ah.
last week that we looked at. Okay,
And that one was less than 2,000.
Yeah,
So
okay,
I'll
okay.
do. I'll grab this, man. I like this so much. I can't stand it.
Boy,
yeah.
Delaney, boy, he come through with the facts. I like all that.
hmm
See, I like,
Especially
yeah,
when it comes to that DC.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, I don't know, man. Gotta see it again because right now, even the heat vision eyes, they look like a hole in his head, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I want to see it without the heat vision on, and see the thing without so much shadow. See that base. What's going on? Is that? I'm gonna assume it's Metropolis, but it looks, you know, want to see
It
what's
does
going
look like
on. See its
it's like a
portrait properly.
storytelling base. It looks like it's trying to tell a story at the bottom. You know how
Is
it
it?
does like the little
Yeah.
like
Who
looks like
knows?
it's you know I don't know. We'll see though. Maybe you know what I should have did. Maybe I probably should have brought up the lifted the shadows and all that good stuff on this. Maybe we might have been
Yeah,
able to get a little sneak peek into that. That's my fault, y'all.
Love the arms and the way the suit, like the like the blue they've used for the suit, and the way his arms are folded, sculpted really nicely. I like the forearm muscles poking out, the
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
triceps, all that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that part of it looks freaking crispy. But
Yeah.
outside of that, I'm not feeling too much of the rest of the statue. I want to see more, but I don't know if seeing more will actually improve my opinion.
And
We'll see.
unless it just is messed up when we get to see more, like this is gonna be my first bus. Like that's
Yeah.
coming. Like, like it's Deion Sanders coming.
So I want to just before we move forward, I just want to put everyone on notice that we are doing a giveaway. Um, and if you look in the comments, I just put a comment there. We're doing a giveaway with a link to a video that tells you exactly how to get entered for that statue. We're giving away a statue and an art print, a Spider-Man art print, and we're also giving away a Macho Man uh, PCS statue, all sponsored by our people at Collector Zone. Um, There was something else I was going to show you. Oh, make sure also too before we as we continue to move forward, make sure you hit the like button because this is what helps people. You know, this gets shared to other people, so make sure you're doing that. But just wanted to take that brief intermission to let you guys know about that. All right. Okay, cool. So let's move forward. So you were just talking Spidey, Buck. Here we go.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm not a fan of these storytelling bases.
What? Are you kidding me for real?
I think it gets too much. On this piece, I'm kind of happy it's at the back, so I don't have to see it. But even on the front, it's got this weird. So I like the villains actually. I'll say that. But the stuff below that, this high relief style they're doing on the base for the story, where they just put in different suits, different, doing whatever they want, just put my random shit in there. I don't like that. It's definitely not for me. And I also hate what I've seen of this statue from the front. It's like Green Goblin and I think Mary Jane and Gwen. It's like a high relief as well. If I got this statue and I loved everything else about it, first thing I would want to do, I would take sandpaper, I'll sand that off, and then I put like a stone texture so it's not there anymore. And because I kind of just, I feel like it takes away from the character, and I think it's getting too much, just like too much focus on these storytelling bases. This is LBS.
Oh, this is LBS.
Yeah.
Oh, and this
Yeah.
is Spider Man.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, nah, Buck, you wildin'. You wildin'. Ain't no way. Bro, look at this, bro. You got Mysterio. Bro, you got all the villains right here. The Sinister Six.
At the back of the statue, you're not gonna see them.
So what's on the front?
Spider-Man with there's like pictures that escaped a while ago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know,
We don't gotta leak
yeah,
them. We ain't gotta leak them.
yeah,
We ain't gotta leak.
yeah. It's like one thing I'll say. Spider-Man is pretty impressive right now, though. I don't have a portrait that I love. Please, Jay, make it work, please. This is my favorite character. I need him. I need him in 1/3.
Yeah, you're a way bigger Spider-Man fan than I am. I love Spider-Man, but you are like true to your heart. I love this
Yeah.
statue. I've seen every part of it. I love it. Like it's gonna fit well into my collection. But like for a true Spider-Man fan, I hope he does everything you want. But I know Buck, you can just message him and talk. So I hope
Yeah,
you get
you're
what you
right.
want.
You're right. The thing about me is on one hand, I don't like telling like an artist what to do to please me. I wanted to fulfill their vision, and if I like it, I like it. And so I don't want to go tell Jay, oh, this is what you need to do for my sake. But like, I think I might have to do that with this piece. No, I don't hate this piece at all. Don't even get it twisted. These tiny things that I'm not crazy about, but those can be rectified, or I can look past that. The thing that just needs to be friggin' awesome is the character. And so far, it's looking really good. I'm just not in love with any of the portraits yet. So.
But see, that's why I'm so bought in too, is because just what you said. I think this is fantastic, but Jay will actually listen to you. And it's all about just getting the most definitive piece out there possible. So I think that's great that, Buck is saying it, because if he can make it even better, shoot, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It might be hearing from me soon, Jay.
Absolutely. It was just some pictures of Flash from XM. I just some decent pictures, so I just figured I'd capture them and post them here. Pretty cool. And this is actually a very old picture. This is old. This is like 2022, like early 2022, probably about a year ago at this point. XM Studios talking about Galactus was we sitting down and on throne and all this other stuff. And it's been a year, man. It's about time y'all give us another update on this piece, man. Y'all first talked about him in 2021, talking about how you're going to produce this. It's 2023. What have you done in 2022 since you said something? Like I need more. I need an update at this point. Like I need to know. I may or may not get this piece because now you're
Yeah.
telling me he's going to be 50 inches tall. He's going to be sitting down. He's gonna be bigger than the what's the Hulk name Maestro. He's gonna be bigger than him. Like this might be too damn big for me, but I at least want to see it. Just show it
And
to
too
me.
damn
Let me see.
much.
And too damn much, yeah. Too damn big and too damn much. It's two things. You want $3,000 for this piece. You're not getting $3,000 out of me. Okay, I'm just being honest. Uh, I'll go get that sideshow for 600 and put it on the riser before I pay $3,000 for this. I'm just being 100.
Yeah.
Listen, it is what it is. But I just want to know what I'm working with, just to be upfront. Keisha said, "Throw a rock at the bird." That's funny. that's abuse, Keisha. We can't do that. Okay. Let's see. All right, that was it. I just wanted to go on a tangent, but here we go. We got the Iron Man. He's now officially revealed. Like I feel like I've already seen this piece, like the entire piece, but he's now in the XM Studios store in Singapore. I think their stores in Singapore, and so yeah, he's here now in all his full glory. There he is. Um, I'm sure now that he's in store, we'll start seeing more videos of him online because you're gonna have people go to the store and check him out and start posting videos and pictures and all that. And so, I'm sure probably this coming week we'll see. Probably on the next show we'll have some videos and pictures, more pictures of this guy to show.
Mhm.
But I will say he does look cool. Again, this is not my style of Iron Man. But I do really like this piece. I think that it does like the people who are into this version of Iron Man. I think that, this is in their bag. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? I think the base is too big for like
Really?
his stance. I think they could see how it has a circular base and then it has like a pentagon around it. I think it's a pentagon or a hexagon.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if they pulled it in, cinched it in tighter, and they put all the mass around the circular part, it would look. I would prefer that compact base better. As for the Iron Man himself, are there other portraits other than what's on screen at the moment,
Yeah.
or this is all?
Yeah.
It's like 6 of them or something crazy,
There's
right?
there's like 5 for the premiere and 3 for like the regular.
I think I've seen. I don't like this portrait. I think I've seen a portrait that I like, and I like the. Yeah, I think it's a cool piece. Cinch that base tighter, but I think it's too late for that. But if that was like cinch tighter, I'd like this more. But even then, I still wouldn't be the target market because I wouldn't buy it. Like one third, I need to be super selective, so I'm not. I wouldn't
Yeah.
get it. So my opinion doesn't matter too much on that. But
Right.
it's a good piece. It's a good
I
piece.
I agree. Yeah, I'm not into 1/3 Marvel anything, so I'm not the target audience as well. I'm not on the market for this. But like I said, for the folks who are into this, who's into third scale Marvel, I think this will work for most people. Yeah.
I'm all the way in, and I love it. I'm just waiting for the pre-order. I think they said May. I think May's a
May
pre-order.
late May, I think, like May
Yeah.
21st or something like that, like for the PO.
So
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I feel that. That's what's up. Oh, last picture of that. Delaney, speaking of Delaney, that's my man. So I put this in here because I watched his Zatanna premium format review. I think it was yesterday. It was like probably like 20 minutes after he posted it. I just so happened to open YouTube and saw it. I was like, oh, let me watch this. And and uh and I thought to myself, how is she gonna look next to Swamp Thing that was kind of sitting in the back? And just sure enough, I just opened Facebook and the picture's right there. I'm like, thank God he already did because I was gonna message him and ask him to post this. And how do you guys think she looks next to Swamp Thing?
Looks pretty awesome. I
Yeah,
like
looks
the
amazing.
way she's leaning into him too. So probably definitely the way to do it if you want to display these is to have her to his at least to the left of him. All right. So I like the way it looks like she's leaning into him. I'm also gonna say like this Swamp Thing is probably one of the best statues XM has put out in a while. I think it's like I really liked. There was a time when they dropped 3 pre-orders for DC pieces. It was this Swamp Thing, Cheetah, and Kyle Rayner, and
Mm-hmm.
I liked all 3 of them. And I think this Swamp Thing is a killer piece. It's just really good. Yeah. I don't know if you have
So
the one with the torso, extra torso.
I've really been contemplating this Swamp Thing. Um, as you know, Buck, I sent you that message. I've really been thinking about getting this piece because I don't know. I have QC issues on the sideshow one. Um, like I've watched YouTube videos on it, and it looks good, but not great. Like it looks like it's like the paint job isn't as crisp as I would like it to be. Just being honest, just from what I've seen, I'll go watch a few more videos, but just from what I've seen, the paint job isn't as crisp. Whereas this, I think the paint job is fine, right? And I feel like I overall would be more. I think I prefer the sideshow Swamp Thing stylistically because it's more compact, it's more stylized. I like how his arm is posed. I just like it a little bit better as far as the pose goes, but I still like this one a lot. And I'm thinking I may go ahead and pick this up. And for what it's worth, I like the Dr. Fate nod.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we'll see. I'm thinking he's gonna be my next victim.
Yeah.
Um,
And I mean, this picture is really about Zatanna more than.
I
Um,
know. I have Zatanna. She'll be here on Wednesday. So,
mhm.
off of coming off of the Zatanna picture, I was like, now I'm really getting deeper into Swamp Thing. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna do an unboxing on Zaytana?
Yes, I am. I don't think I'll be able to do it on Wednesday because I got a lot going on this week with deliverables and stuff like that. So, I gotta see, and it's crazy because Wednesday I got 2 statues coming on Wednesday. I got Zatanna coming, and then I also have the Prime One Dark Side. The
Boss
third,
man got the money.
nah, no, no, no. Well, nah. So, it's crazy because Zatanna, I used a lot of points for her, so I got her for the Lolo. Um, and because I had like a chunk of change, a chunk of points, and so I was like, yo, let's do this right here. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I'm gonna have to do 2 unboxings, one for Zatanna, one for Dark Side. And but yeah, man, that Swamp Thing is calling my name. He's getting louder and louder every day. It's getting louder and louder.
Boss.
Absolutely. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I think that's the last statue. Okay, I mean last picture. That's the last one. All right, that does it. Um, damn. We've been doing this for over an hour. That's crazy. Like the pictures for over an hour. All right. Well, let's see what else we got. Look at my list. Make sure I got everything. LBS, Iron Man, Iron Studios, Superman, Infinity Studios, Dark Side. Yep, that's everything on my list. Y'all got anything y'all wanna we didn't talk about today?
Nah, me. I was just glad to come and play, man. I was just glad to come and play.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Buck, look like you thinking. What you thinking about?
Nah, I just thinking there was I don't know if I've shown it already, but there was like a Vegeta, anime statue that I thought was really sick. It's
Mm,
probably gonna be opening up for PO soon. Uh,
mm.
yeah, I got like a few pieces coming in. You know, I got hooked up by Adam. And then I also got the sideshow, the new Venom coming in. It's crazy.
Yes,
When I
that new
first
Venom. I'm glad you got that new Venom. I love that piece, man.
when I first saw like that statue, like on screen, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not feeling it too much. And then I saw it at my friend's place like a couple weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, that shit is huge. It is a massive statue, and I love everything about it. I know a lot of people don't like the green like overspray. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people seem to be bothered by it. It's never really bothered me. In fact, it's never bothered me at all on
It
that
never
piece.
bothered me. Yeah.
The thing that I wasn't fond of was the portrait and the way it's turned to the side. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when I saw it in person, I decided those are things I could live with. It's so huge, boss, and like I could get it for like a good price, fantastic price actually. And I just love the way he sculpted his the physicality. The base is nice, and he's got those talons. I can't even call them claws. They're like huge. They're
Mm-hmm.
like and the way they're just sculpted. I love that piece. I mean it's never happened to me before where like I saw a piece in person and it changed my mind. That was the first time. So now I can finally relate to people that say when you see it in person, you'll understand.
That's happened to me before, man. Yeah, it happens to everybody. Sometimes you look at a piece like, man, I don't know about that piece. Then you see it in person, like, wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
It changes a lot. It's like honestly, sometimes you see it on your screen. There's a lot of pieces that you see on your screen and you think it doesn't click what the
Right,
size of a statue is. Every time I see a quarter scale statue in person that I don't have, I'm like, wow, these things are huge. Like
right.
if I go to a comic store that sells these things, I'm just like, that is massive, especially if it's a character that I didn't have any like intention of buying and I've never owned. I'm, I'm,
Right.
I'm always. It's weird because I already have quarter scale pieces, but it's always astounding to see the size of these pieces in person and like there is like presence matters,
Mm-hmm.
in a piece. So yeah, definitely. I had my when you see it in person moment for this Venom, and immediately I just started thinking, I mean, I gotta buy it, I gotta buy it, and I started. I usually don't get FOMO, but all of a sudden I'm just like, I need to make sure that I get this Venom before it sells out because people don't talk about it much. What's up, Adam?
What's up, Al?
What's
Oh
up,
man,
guys? How you doing?
doing
Good.
good, man. Doing good. I like that Alien and Predator combo you got behind you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Oh, that's great marketing too. 1,000 sub giveaway. That's
Oh
hard.
yeah, that was for my show. I meant to take that. That was for my show.
No, listen, he's at 1,000 subs. He's giving away that Joker. Make sure that
All
y'all,
right,
what I'm
here we
saying,
go. Here we
subscribe
go.
right now. You know what I'm saying? My man's giving away the Joker. Listen, you can't
I
go
didn't want to
wrong with a
intrude on your
Joker.
show, man. I was taking it down.
Man, no, man, no. We support over here. Yeah,
Tell
yeah.
Thanks,
everybody the
man.
channel too. It's collectors.
The collector's table, yeah. Uh-huh. The collector's table. It's on. I mean, just search it on YouTube. You'll see my channel there. Got a couple things up, and
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Let's see. Late night says it's okay to watch, listen to all channels, but stay strong on the vision you have. Yeah. Yep, that is true. Um, that's true. Late night. Yeah. I mean, I've always wanted a Swamp Thing. Like I said, I wanted to do a Justice League Dark, and so I've always wanted a Swamp Thing. My thing was, should I get the Sideshow or the XM? I never really could decide which one I wanted, but I think I'm leaning towards the XM nowadays. So yeah, XM is calling my name. Pause.
You know
Um,
that I was gonna say that Xenomorph you have behind you, that XM one. That was like the first one. I was like, okay, I love that piece. Usually, I don't love like predator statues or xenomorph statues,
Yeah.
but that one, like, I love that. The black one is nice, but the brown one I was really into. And
Hmm.
then for Predator, the first one that really caught my eye was the crack tusk from Prime One. I don't know if you have that one.
Oh no, I don't. Yeah, I was thinking about getting that one.
I love the dynamism of it.
Yeah. It's a really gets into like a really deep piece. It's got a really long tail, and he's kind of going forward.
And all the like spines or like the hair strands, the dreads, just fanning out and like in the air. That piece is underrated, man. I think it's still available on Prime One site, but like if I've been this close to buying it several times, and I just keep telling myself I don't collect that stuff.
Yeah. You don't have any alien statues? Have you ever gotten an alien statue?
No. And I know they'll look amazing in person, I'm sure.
I think
get, like different quality finishes on the surface.
Yeah. I think Prime One probably makes the best alien statues. I really like this one. This is obviously XM's, and this one looks amazing in person. And it's got two different switch outs. I don't know if I could show you. This is the switch out head. I don't know if you can see that.
See, I think that's my favorite one right there. Yeah, that's awesome. Crazy. Yeah.
And I've Trey's seen this before. I kind of showed it on my channel, but and it's got a little bit of battle damage back there. So really cool heads.
I like that's pretty cool. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I think Prime One makes probably the best alien piece. Like this one's really cool. Oh, and the eggs glow in the dark too. But
man.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
That's crazy. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was super excited. Like I was telling the guys in the chat in our little private message. I think I was telling Trey and the boys. I was like, this thing glows in the dark. I was sending pictures to them.
Yeah, that's you can't beat that, man. That's always neat when you get a little extra something with the statue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like Superman and I like Batman and I like Marvel and I like all those things, but it's cool to see like a creature kind of alien and like in a statue form. It's crazy actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Awesome.
Absolutely. We're actually towards the end of the show, Adam. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm super late, man. I just got home. I was out with my family and we were having dinner and stuff. We had Korean barbecue. I don't know if you guys ever had Korean barbecue, but it's
hell yeah. Never had bad Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Never. That's what's up, man. Let's see. Folks in the chat, listen, man. Again, we're doing the giveaway. Adam's doing a giveaway on his channel. On my channel, I'm also doing a giveaway to 1,000 subscribers. We're giving away the Macho Man from PCS. We're also giving away a Spider-Man print. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if you have not subscribed, do it now. We're only about 25 away. It's like 25 subs. Come on, man.
Come on, man. What are we doing?
It's 25, man. I think 60% of y'all are not even subscribed, and that's like, I mean, come on. Let's just get it done. Let's get it done. But yeah. Outside of that, panel, anybody got anything before we get out of here?
No. I mean, I'm sorry I'm a little late to the party, but yeah.
You're all right. You're all good, man. Listen, life happens. Today I've worked a full day, so that's why I wasn't on earlier. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
And see, I work Saturdays, and it's like, and you see me in the chat, Astro, in our chat. It's like, man, I'm trying to do this quick, and hey, man, let me upload these pictures real quick, and I'll send a message to you guys, and the thumbnails are ready, and we're all like coordinating stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And then people just see the show, and it's like they don't see what happens behind closed doors. So the point is that Astro works really hard on this on the channel, and he provides some really good information for everybody, and just kind of just sharing pictures and his opinions on different things. Again, I found his channel by looking up alien stuff, right? Remember I told you that, Astro?
Yeah.
I was looking up the Alien Warrior, which I should be getting hopefully this month. Hopefully.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah. That and I was telling Trey earlier on the channel, I'm waiting for my Night King from Game of Thrones.
Oh, word! You got Game of Thrones piece coming.
Yeah, the one where he's got the 2 White Walkers behind him, and he's got like his hands up like this.
Oh yeah, dang, that came out. I feel like I never saw that ship. That's crazy.
The
Yeah.
ES is super low too, man. I think it's I can't remember. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I think it might be 100, but I could be wrong.
Wow. Okay. That's what's up though.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool, man. Good. Glad everybody's good, man. Next week we'll be back. Be on the lookout this week for pictures and fun, and join Facebook groups. Adam just created a Facebook group.
Yeah.
Make sure you join that as well. The collector's table, right?
It's just the collector's table. If you search collector's table, it's a private group. You don't have to answer any crazy questions or anything like that. You just ask to be on, and I'll let you in.
Good. Yeah, make sure you join that.
Yep.
Subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to my channel. Buy LBS. Message Buck and tell him to scope some stuff for us. And you guys have a good rest of your day, man. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.